the BJP stealing people's mandate through vote tampering. Stalin has also said that under the guise of SIR, there's organized disenfranchisement. Now, this at a time when you're seeing the SIR battle playing out in poll-bound Tamil Nadu, the DMK making it clear that they're against it. Chief Minister Stalin has also gone ahead and backed Rahul Gandhi's vote chori expose today, which the Congress has been referring to as a hydrogen bomb. Anaga Keshav is joining us live with more details on this. Anaga, for the DMK, of course, the SIR has been something they're opposing. They've been taking on the Election Commission over it. So not surprising at all that Chief Minister Stalin has come out in support of Rahul Gandhi's expose.
Well, in fact, Chief Minister Stalin has stood with Rahul Gandhi on the whole vote chori issue since day one. When Rahul Gandhi held the vote chori Adhikari Yatra in Bihar, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, MK Stalin, also accompanied Rahul Gandhi for that rally. And now again, Chief Minister Stalin has backed Rahul Gandhi's vote chori claim in Haryana by saying that the BJP in fact came to power in 2014 on the basis of divisive politics and hate propaganda, is what Stalin says. And now the DMK has also knocked the doors of Supreme Court opposing the whole SIR exercise, because the DMK believes the SIR exercise aims to selectively delete voters, especially from the sections of Dalits, minorities who originally wouldn't vote for the BJP according to DMK, and this exercise aims to delete this section of voters, is what the DMK says. And now the Chief Minister has backed Rahul Gandhi, its alliance leader, by saying that it stands with Congress is saying. And now there is also a battle that's being fought out in the Supreme Court against the SIR. And while all this is happening, the exercise has kick-started in Tamil Nadu. Just yesterday it started. The SIR policy exercise will go on for 1.5 months, post which the final voter list will be out on February 7th, 2026.
So you've got MK Stalin essentially linking all of these allegations by Rahul Gandhi to the SIR as well. The DMK, remember, has moved to the Supreme Court against the exercise by the Election Commission. Thanks, Anaga, for joining us with those details. The top story from Tamil Nadu is the fallout of the Karur Stampede. It's been 38 days. And while TVK chief Vijay didn't visit Karur, got the victims to meet him in Chennai, today he made his first public appearance. The party passed resolutions targeting the DMK and centre over a slew of issues: security, women's safety, farmers' relief, voter roll fairness. What about the Karur Stampede? Unsurprisingly, Vijay, after going ahead with a moment of silence for the victims, lashed out at the DMK over a slew of issues, saying the Supreme Court has pulled them up, saying the CBI investigation will reveal the truth. So he stuck to what he's maintained all along, that this is a conspiracy against the TVK, against him. The reality, however, is that there will be several questions of how Vijay himself handled the aftermath of that stampede. Let's get you details of what the TVK chief had to say today.
38 days after the Karur Stampede that claimed 41 lives, TVK chief Vijay makes his first public appearance.
இந்த கபட நாடக திமுக அரசோட தில்லுமுல்லுகளை தாங்கி பிடிக்க இயலாமல் உச்சநீதிமன்றத்தில் திக்கு திணறி நின்றது.
He chaired the party's General Council meeting on Wednesday. The meeting, attended by senior functionaries and district secretaries, passed key resolutions addressing issues ranging from women's safety, law and order, farmers' losses, and environmental concerns. Vijay also paid tribute to victims of the Karur tragedy.
இந்த கபட நாடக திமுக அரசோட தில்லுமுல்லுகளை தாங்கி பிடிக்க இயலாமல் உச்சநீதிமன்றத்தில் திக்கு திணறி நின்றது. முதல்வர் அவர்களுக்கு மறந்துவிட்டதா? இந்த கரூர் சம்பவத்துக்கு அப்புறமே அவசரமா ஒரு தனிநபர் ஆணையம்.
Vijay launched a scathing attack on Chief Minister MK Stalin and DMK government, accusing them of attempting to blame him and his party for Karur tragedy.
இது எல்லாமே அறியாமலோ இல்ல அறியாதது போலவோ உச்சபட்ச அதிகார மயக்கத்தில் இருந்து பேசினாரோ முதல்வர் அவர்கள்? மனிதாபிமானம், அரசியல் அறம், மாண்பு இதெல்லாம் எதுவுமே இல்லாம வெறும் பேச்சில மட்டுமே பேசிக்கிட்டு அரசியல் ஆதாயம் தேடுற ஆட்டத்தை ஆடத் தொடங்கிவிட்டார் முதல்வர் அவர்கள்.
Vijay asserted that the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections would be a direct contest between the TVK and DMK.
நிஜத்திலும் இன்னைக்கு மக்களுக்கு இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் மேல இருக்கிற நம்பிக்கை மொத்தமாக மண்ணுக்குள் புதைந்து விட்டது. இதுவாவது முதல்வர் அவர்களுக்கு புரியுதா? புரியலனா 2026 தேர்தல்ல இந்த திமுக தலைமைக்கு மக்கள் இன்னும் ஆழமா அழுத்தமா புரிய வைப்பாங்க. 2026 ரெண்டு பேருக்கு நடுவுல தான் போட்டியே.
The TVK chief also criticized the DMK government for allegedly imposing unfair restrictions on his party's rallies. The resolutions passed covered tribute to Stampede victims, government security for Vijay to meet families of Karur tragedy victims, demand for maximum punishment for the accused in Coimbatore gang rape, opposition to SIR in the state. One of the resolutions accused the DMK of spreading misinformation and defaming Vijay. The DMK hit back at Vijay, blaming him and TVK for Karur's Stampede tragedy.
That Vijay will address the gathering. It was at 12 o'clock in the noon. After that, the people had started coming from 9 o'clock. Why didn't he come at 12 o'clock? It's my first question. He had not replied. He will never reply. Because there was no gathering. The people did not, what they expected, number of people did not come. He was in a spot if people have gathered. Do you want us to, the government to put one policeman for each man standing there? Is it possible? They have allowed certain people and certain area permitted by the collectorate. That's all. Within that area, people had fainted.
The AIA-DMK claimed Vijay had learned the truth about the DMK finally.
ஒரு கட்சி ஆரம்பிக்கிறாங்கன்னா அந்த கட்சிக்கு எப்போதுமே அந்த தலைவர் ஒரு தனித்தன்மையோடு இருக்கிறன்னு தான் யாராக இருந்தாலும் விரும்புவாங்க. நீங்கள் ஆரம்பித்தா கூட அப்படி தான் இதுதானே, நீங்கள் எல்லாம் ஆரம்பித்தா கூட சேர்ந்து ஆரம்பித்தா கூட அப்படி தான். ஆனால் உங்கள் கட்சியினுடைய ஒரு தனித்தன்மை இருக்கிற அடிப்படையில் ஒரு அறிவிப்பு வந்து கொடுக்குறாங்க, எங்கள் தலைமையில் தான் கூட்டணி. ஓகே வச்சுங்க, நாங்கள் சொல்கிறோம் எங்கள் தலைமையில் தான் கூட்டணி, சரிதானே?
The TVK also announced Vijay as its chief ministerial candidate. Bureau Report, India Today.
Inevitably, every politician is the same. They'll pass the buck, they'll resort to political blame games, and that's about it. There's no sense of accountability, of responsibility for the fact that 41 lives were lost. We're talking about this 38 days on. Hopefully, with the CBI investigation, there'll be some sense of closure for the victims, and we get those answers, because you most definitely can't expect it from the political parties. Let's move on now to also what's happening in Telangana, where you're seeing a whole lot of communal politics ahead of the Jubilee Hills bypoll. This is a crucial bypoll, by the way, in Hyderabad, which was happening next week. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has triggered a massive controversy with a remark that he's made, where essentially he suggested that if the Congress exists, then Muslims exist. And so what essentially he's trying to say is that the honor of Muslims is protected. Without Congress, they are nothing. This is what he said in a rally. And this obviously has led to a huge showdown with the VHP, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, saying that this is classic vote bank pitch being made very publicly, alleging that the Congress is trying to secure minority votes by projecting itself as the sole protector. The Congress, however, has responded to all of the criticism, claiming that Chief Minister Revanth Reddy's remarks have been twisted. In fact, Mohammad Azharuddin, who only days ago was sworn in as a cabinet minister, has insisted that the party stands for Muslims and minorities. But decide for yourself exactly how we should decipher what Revanth Reddy said. Listen into what he said.
कांग्रेस है तो मुसलमान है, कांग्रेस है तो आपकी इज्जत है. जब कांग्रेस नहीं है, अब कुछ नहीं है.
कि ये पूरे फैक्ट पूरे मिसरिप्रेजेंट है, तो उसमें क्या गलत क्या हो रहा है? मुसलमान है उसका मतलब ये है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी और मुसलमान दोनों एक ही है बोल के बोल रहे हैं। ऐसा कुछ उसमें अब अगर आप हर चीज़ को अब नेगेटिव निकालेंगे तो फिर उसका फिर अंत ही नहीं है, एंड ही नहीं है। तो यहाँ पे इस टॉपिक को ज़्यादा आगे नहीं बढ़ाते मैं ये कहूँगा कि सीएम साहब ने बिल्कुल सही कहा, कांग्रेस पार्टी और मुसलमान एक है और कहीं अब से नहीं है, कई साल से है, अब से नहीं हो रहा, कई साल से एक ही है, जब से इंडिपेंडेंस है जब से एक से है। तो उसमें कोई इतना ज़्यादा रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है सोचने की।
Okay, let me bring in Abdul Bashir joining us live from Hyderabad with more details on this. Abdul, all right, we'll reconnect with him. My apologies. We're going to reconnect with Abdul in just a bit. We've lost the connection with him, but it tells you really how heated the Jubilee Hills battle currently is. And the fact that the Telangana Chief Minister also, while making the speech for minorities to vote for the Congress, made this comment. I want you to listen in once again to exactly what Revanth Reddy said that triggered this whole controversy, with the BJP and right-wing groups like the VHP also lashing out, saying that this makes it crystal clear that vote bank politics is at play as far as the Congress is concerned. Listen in again to exactly what the Telangana Chief Minister said.
कांग्रेस है तो मुसलमान है, कांग्रेस है तो आपकी इज्जत है। जब कांग्रेस नहीं है अब कुछ नहीं है। कांग्रेस है तो मुसलमान है, कांग्रेस है तो आपकी इज्जत है। जब कांग्रेस नहीं है अब कुछ नहीं है।
So it's the last line that's triggered a controversy, where Revanth Reddy says, if the Congress is not there, then Muslims are nothing, suggesting that it's the Congress that's ensured that this religion essentially thrives. And that's what's led to all of the vote bank allegations here. The Congress, however, has defended what the Telangana Chief Minister has said, making it very clear that what essentially he's trying to communicate is that the Congress stands by this community and ensures their well-being, ensures that they're represented. Having said that, this has led to a political showdown as the BJP has also lashed out. Abdul Bashir is joining us with more details on this. Abdul, has there been any clarification from the Telangana Chief Minister on that particular comment that he's made? Because it's triggered a political storm in Telangana.
Well, yes, yesterday after this statement by the Chief Minister of Telangana during an election campaigning in the Jubilee Hills by-poll in Rahmatnagar, where he has given a statement claiming that if Congress exists, then Muslims exist, and that is the purpose or trust that Muslims have. And if there is no Congress, then there is no Muslims, is what he stated. Now, this statement has sparked controversy yesterday, and we have just got a clarity from the Telangana Minister Azharuddin, where he has said that the statement is being misrepresented.
That's
by
right. So
the opposition.
Mohammad Azharuddin clearly defending that particular comment. Of course, he's just been sworn in as a minister, saying that this is just messaging from the Congress that they will stand by Muslims in this country. Thanks, Abdul, for those details. But let's talk about that political fight in the Jubilee Hills seat, Shabi. It's a by-election that's turned into a full-on battle. Now, you've got essentially a lot of candidates in the fray. The BJP has put up their candidate, trying to make inroads as they have in Telangana. So this seat is crucial for them. The BRS also trying to make their presence felt. For the Congress also, this is messaging that they want to send across, that there's no sense of anti-incumbency really that's building up in Telangana.
The Jubilee Hills by-election has turned into a high-voltage political battle, with parties trading fierce barbs and voters sharply divided. A controversy has erupted after a remark by Congress leader Muhammad Ali Shabir during a campaign in Bihar, intensifying the slugfest in Hyderabad.
वो पतंग को नहीं जा रहा, वो कमल को जा रहा है। ये सोच लो, पतंग बोल के समझ के गलती से डालेंगे, वो वोट जेबी में जा रहा है। तो उसको बचाना है आपको, उनके बातों में नहीं आना है। ये एक वोट की कीमत है।
AIMIM isn't backing down.
काम करवाना हमको आता है और हम हर एक से काम करवाएंगे और करवाते आए। हम किसी के दुम छलने बनकर किसी के पीछे दौड़ने वालों में से नहीं है। दुनिया को दिख रहा है कि हम भाग रहे हैं, लेकिन दुनिया ये नहीं देख
रही है कि वो हमारे पीछे आ रहे हैं, हमारे पीछे दौड़ रहे हैं।
Voters of Jubilee Hills appear divided.
बीआरएस पार्टी के ऐसे स्कीमा थे, केसीआर साहब के काम बहुत बेहतरीन थे, इसके से बीआरएस आए तो अच्छा रहता। वो क्या सोच रहे, वादे करे मगर वादों को अमल नहीं कर सके ना साहब। केसीआर साहब जो बात करते थे उसके ऊपर अमल भी करते थे।
तो टीआरएस से डेवलपमेंट ना हुआ यहाँ पर अपने एरिया जुबली हिल्स में। अब ये नवीन आए तो होगा इंशाल्लाह। लोकल है ना यहाँ पर, वो हिसाब से डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है।
Congress candidate Naveen Yadav distanced himself from Shabir Ali's statement, focusing instead on local issues.
Many problems lagging since decades. With the blessings of people, Congress is going to win in Jubilee Hills, and we will do much more development activities in constituency.
But BRS working president K.T. Ramarao hit back, questioning the AIMIM's support for Congress and highlighting past governance records. Chief Minister Revanth Reddy claimed the welfare of Muslims depended on the Congress.
कांग्रेस है तो मुसलमान है, कांग्रेस है तो आपकी इज्जत है। जब कांग्रेस नहीं है, अब कुछ नहीं है।
फैक्ट पूरे मिसरिप्रेजेंट है, तो उसमें क्या गलत क्या हो रहा है? मुसलमान है उसका मतलब ये है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी और मुसलमान दोनों एक ही है बोल के बोल रहे हैं। ऐसा कुछ उसमें अब अगर आप हर चीज़ को आप नेगेटिव निकालेंगे तो फिर उसका फिर अंत ही नहीं है, एंड ही नहीं है।
BJP candidate Lankala Deepak accused both Congress and BRS of governance failures.
यहाँ पे करंट प्रॉब्लम्स रहता, रोड प्रॉब्लम्स रहता, हाई टेंशन वायर का प्रॉब्लम रहता, घरों को रेगुलराइज करने का प्रॉब्लम रहता, सब कुछ करते बोल के वोट डालने के बाद कोई आने वाला नहीं है।
With tensions running high, voter sentiment split and parties trading charges, Jubilee Hills has emerged as one of Hyderabad's most fiercely contested battles. Every vote, every statement is under the microscope as the city watches this political firestorm unfold. With Abdul Bashir in Hyderabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
Southern cities have fared rather poorly in the annual Such Suaction survey, meaning that most cities find themselves in the dirtiest cities list. Topping the list with the terrible and rather embarrassing tag of dirtiest city in the country is Madurai. The city that's called the City of Temples has also now got the City of Garbage moniker, grappling with sanitation and waste disposal issues. But that's not the only bad news for southern states. For Tamil Nadu particularly, there's Chennai. Singara Chennai, not so Singara, because it's now in the third place in India's dirtiest cities. Bengaluru also figures in the top 5. It's the 5th dirtiest city in the country. So essentially, 3 cities from the southern states are now in the top 5 of the filthiest cities in the country. And while we talk about development of urban expansion, what these rankings prove is again that basic waste management isn't in place. Basic sanitation remains a crisis and nobody's talking about it. Hopefully, these rankings, particularly in the cities of Madurai, Chennai and Bengaluru, wake up authorities and citizens alike to the civic mess around us, because it isn't enough to boast about being a temple city or a tech city. I'm sure all of you agree that a clean city tag would mean so much more. I'm slipping into a short break here on Super 6. Coming up on the other side, a special broadcast where we talk about Zoran Mamdani, the man of the day. He's the new New York mayor, the first Muslim mayor of New York City, and it's got Trump fuming. We'll get you details on the other side.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, the true flagship killer.
Elections on my plate. Chalo Bihar.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro.
Hello, Moto.
मर्द कुछ नहीं करते, मर्द बस बच्चे पैदा करते हैं और कमा के खिला सकते हैं।
Co-powered by Dulux Assurance, लगे शानदार चले शानदार.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, the true flagship killer.
Hi, here are the top headlines. Presented by Motorola. Rahul Gandhi alleges 25 lakh votes stolen in Haryana Assembly election. Prashant Kishore faces setback. Munger candidate Sanjay Singh joins BJP. FIR filed against Punjab Congress chief Raja Vading over caste remark.
जिया जिया हो बिहार के लाला.
Elections on my plate. Chalo Bihar.
जिया हो बिहार के लाला.
Zohran Mamdani has scripted history in New York City. The son of Indian-Ugandan immigrants, Mamdani has become New York City's first Muslim and South Asian origin mayor, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo in a political upset that's shaking America's establishment, particularly Trump. There were chants of Free Palestine, echoes of Nehru's tryst with destiny. The Big Apple just witnessed a revolution clearly at the ballot box. Let's break down for you what's happened in the last 24 hours in NYC.
Cheers, confetti, and a night to remember in the Big Apple for the Democrats. History made in New York as it chooses its next mayor. Zohran Mamdani has emerged the winner in a three-way race. Son of Ugandan Indian immigrants, Mamdani is New York City's first Muslim and a person of South Asian descent to become mayor. The 34-year-old, who calls himself a democratic socialist, defeated former Governor Andrew Cuomo in a contest that upended America's political establishment.
New York, tonight you have delivered a mandate for change, a mandate for a new kind of politics, a mandate for a city we can afford, and a mandate for a government that delivers exactly that.
He also said that New York will not reward Islamophobia.
And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism. Where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong. Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election.
Running an insurgent campaign from Queens, Mamdani promised sweeping reforms. A freeze on rents for nearly 1 million apartments, higher taxes on the wealthy, and free city buses to make public transport equitable. Moments after his victory was declared, chants of Free Palestine echoed outside his campaign headquarters, a nod to his outspoken support for Palestinian rights. The new mayor also carries a strong India connection. Mamdani is the son of acclaimed filmmaker Meera Nair and Ugandan scholar Mahmood Mamdani, who has roots in Gujarat. The filmmaker shared Indian director Zoya Akhtar's praise for her son, captioning it, "Zoran, you beauty." In his fiery victory speech, Mamdani invoked India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, quoting lines from the historic Tryst with Destiny address.
Standing before you, I think of the words of Jawaharlal Nehru. A moment comes but rarely in history when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. Tonight we have stepped out from the old into the new.
Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump lashed out, blaming his name's absence from the New York ballot and the federal government shutdown for what he called a temporary setback. But for Zoran Mamdani, the night belonged to history, a new mayor for New York and a new political movement for America. Bureau Report, India Today.
So there was a massive celebration right after the results came in which you also had a 20-minute speech from Mamdani that made headlines. Here are some of those highlights.
The sun may have set over our city this evening, but as Eugene Debs once said, I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity. For as long as we can remember, the working people of New York have been told by the wealthy and the well-connected that power does not belong in their hands. Fingers bruised from lifting boxes on the warehouse floor, palms calloused from delivery bike handlebars, knuckles scarred with kitchen burns. These are not hands that have been allowed to hold power. And yet, over the last 12 months, you have dared to reach for something greater. Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands. My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty. We will hold bad landlords to account because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants. We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks. We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections because we know, just as Donald Trump does, that when working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed. Here, we believe in standing up for those we love. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism. Where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong. Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election. On January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor